expense reports 2017-2018 fiscal year, quarter ending September 30, 2017. Mr. Allison?
So as we pull the report up, attempt to make it a little bit bigger. And so this is our first quarter report for the 17-18 fiscal year. Our revenue and expenditures are tracking very closely to what our projections were that was approved by the board as part of our adopted final budget. We are estimating 7.9% ending fund balance, which is slightly down from 8.9%, which was part of the adopted budget. And so that's about a 1% decrease. Primarily, we're looking at spending more of our one-time funds. So the revenue and expenditures that are listed here includes our general operating fund as well as our one-time funds that we received from the state. As if you may recall, we have several million dollars that were provided to us over the last several years. Altogether, we received about $6.3 million, and we haven't spent all of those funds, so those funds are still remaining in the numbers you see before you. The ending fund balance shows that we do intend to spend the majority of those funds. So row E, line E that you see there, all the way to the right under projected 17-18, shows an ending fund balance of a little over $5 million. And the majority of those funds are part of our general operating fund, and a very small portion is part of the one-time funds that will be left over. The second section of the report shows that we're projecting our FTS at 9,650, and we are currently doing everything we can to raise our FTS and increase our enrollment in the spring semester to get as close as possible to reaching that number. In addition, we have to report on our cash balance, and that includes all of our general funds, which includes restricted funds as well. And so cash has been sufficient for the district to handle its operations. And so we're reporting it just over $8 million at that point in time. The next section just looks at our year-to-date, and we're trending very closely to where we would expect at this time of year. Revenue is coming in at about 23% of what the adopted budget is, and expenses about 22%. And so that's well within the range of what we would expect for the first quarter. And then we also have to report if we had any, if we settled any district contracts, which we did not in the first quarter. And if we did, we'd have to identify the additional cost information for salaries and benefits. Then we also have to report if we had any significant fiscal issues or significant events that were reportable or that we felt needed to be reported, and we were happy to report that there were none.
We're happy that you're reporting that too.
Yes. Thank you for your clarification. Any questions of Mr. Ellison by the board? All right, thank you, Mr. Ellison.
Okay, so that was an informational item only, so we move on to items 12 and C's. Static relief outcome, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, members of the board, and good afternoon. Want to just quickly summarize the SPAG relief for Professor Nelson. As you probably know, the collective bargaining agreement between the district and MCFA requires that when faculty takes sabbatical leave, their work product is to be presented to the board upon completion of that leave. And so I know that you have a report from Professor Nelson regarding his sabbatical. Just to quickly summarize, what Professor Nelson engaged in was a summer leave, which is a little different than sabbaticals. Usually they're a semester or a year in duration, but this contract does allow for a shorter duration of time, an actual summer session. He was able to go to 2 locations, one St. Louis, the other Washington, D.C., if I recall. And there are facilities there, institutions, where he was able to collect materials that he's now using in his Music 14 class, which is titled American Popular Music History. He does indicate to me in his biography that he has been an instructor here for 21 years, and he estimates that he's probably taught over 6,500 students in that particular class, so that is quite an accomplishment. I'm sure these materials will be used greatly in that particular course. So you do have the report, as I mentioned earlier. This is in fulfillment of the collective bargaining agreement contract language, which applies to sabbatical leave. The last thing I will mention is that he, and this is to quote him, was delighted and thankful to be able to have the opportunity to do research and study during the summer project. Has no doubt it will bring new insights and information to students enrolled in the study of American popular music history here at Merced College.
Thank you very much for that report, Dr. Allison. Oh, is Professor Nelson here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, we met you earlier. Welcome back. It was nice to read your report, and yours was one of the first sabbaticals that I ever voted on, and I was excited to see it, and I'm glad that you're back.
Thank you. If you have any questions, get hold of me.
And we are going to start inviting those who are on sabbaticals, if they would like to. It's not a requirement, but to hold a time on campus that you can present, and we'll invite the board to be part of that if Professor Nelson or others in the future decide to do a presentation, because you do a lot of great work.
I would be delighted to do that.
That would be great.
Give
So
me
we'll
the
plan on it.
opportunity.
Yeah, sometime
Absolutely.
in the spring we'll hold a forum, and
Yep.
for those who'd like to learn about your sabbatical and moving
Let
forward,
me
we'll
know
offer
when.
that to other faculty. And we'll invite the board to be a part of it. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you.
So much delight. Yes,
Tis the season.
I would like to comment, and I think that's a great idea with what President Vitality is suggesting. And reading Mr. Nelson's report, I became very envious of the amount of history that you held in your hands.
Amazing.
So good job. I commend you for it.
Thank you. Any other comments on this item?
Yes, I too was very jealous, but also very enthused, and congratulations, it was great.
Moving on to agenda item 11C or 12C, College and Career Access Pathways CCCAT agreement with Delhi Unified School District.
These next two, I think I can just, as an umbrella, let you know that by law we have to have an MOU in place with the school districts under AB 288 to offer classes on site. So Dr. Ellison and Dr. Connor have been working to expand the offerings, and Delhi is one of them, and then you'll see in the next one is Mariposa. So it's my recommendation that you approve. Oh, these are actually, I'm sorry, these go to you for information, so to answer any questions you might have. It will come back to you for approval because it requires by law 2 readings of it.
Are they basically identical, or are they customized to the school? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're basically templates that that districts use in all over the state based on the language in the bill. And Dr. Ellison, unless I'm missing anything, they're pretty standard language, including the ones you've already approved for the Merced Unified High School District. It's very similar, if not almost the same.
Right, this is a continuation of MOUs that the board has already reviewed and approved. They are very similar. They are in essence template MOUs. There are some subtleties and nuances that are specific to each district, but by and large they are identical.
Thank you. Okay. And so we'll move to 12D, College and Career Access Pathways with Mariposa County Unified School District.
Same thing.
Okay. Any questions or comments by the board? Thank you. So now we go to 12E, first reading of board policies and administrative procedures.
As always, these have been vetted through the shared governance processes. We bring them to you as a first reading. The board policies, the administrative procedures, as you know, come to you as an information item. But the board policies come to you for approval, and then this is the first reading. At the next meeting, you'll take action.
Thank you for that. Any members wish to comment on this? Thank you. So we'll move on to agenda item 13A, board member communications. So at this time, I will ask board members for their comments, starting over here. Trustee Lynch.
Okay. Just, there's so many changes going on and most of them seem really good, so I want to thank Jim Anderson for the kind of a hail and farewell. Thank you for all of his wonderful work. And welcome Brian Tassi to your new position. I think that's fantastic. Anyway, I'm just really glad that happened. I think that'll take us into where we need to go. I've gone to a couple of performances. Hopefully I'll get to the chorus this weekend and hopefully get back from Mariposa for the party. And anyway, I'm just really glad to be working with all the professionals here and the students, and hope I can be of help in any way possible to get things changed and done.
Thank you for your comment. Member Gutierrez.
Attended the radiology technology pinning ceremony, which is very nice, under Dean Bobby Anderson, and congratulations to our football program, and the women's basketball. I hear they're doing real well as well. Good luck to you, Dean Anderson, Jim, and best of luck. And if you want to come around and hang out at a board meeting, you're welcome anytime.
Appreciate the invite.
And just congratulations to our new board, our new president, vice president, and just wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Member Gutierrez.
I want to start off with thanking Joe and Cindy for their work as board president, vice president. Congratulate our new officers for this year. And congratulate Jim Anderson for a job well done while here on campus. Hope to see you around. Just want to wish everybody a safe and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Board Member Gutierrez. We'll go to the other end to Board Member Gill.
So being that it is finals week, ASMC is giving out free Scantrons and Blue Books to any student who needs them, and they're available to pick up in our office. Last month, about 6 students from ASMC attended the Student Senate for California Community Colleges General Assembly. We voted on 25 resolutions, and we were able to attend workshops and training and breakout sessions and network and meet many other student leaders from across all of California. It was a great experience, and I look forward to attending next semester as well. As mentioned earlier, ASMC will be hosting parliamentarians Lorenzo Cuesta and Tamara Dunning. That is January 30th and February 6th, and that's at 4 p.m. So if any of you wish to attend, please do. These two parliamentarians are really super passionate about Parliamentary Procedure and Brown Act. They're very interesting to listen to, and you just absorb all of the information. You can just tell the passion coming from their voices. So with the contract, we're able to contact them and seek out their guidance for our constitution and bylaw drafts so that we can close any loopholes, any gray areas, any inconsistencies, and we're really trying to finalize our documents. Also, I would just like to make a recommendation to the board to revisit the unit requirement for student trustees. Currently it's 12, and with ASMC and with Ed Code, there's a minimum of 5 units. And I think that requiring students to be taking a full course load is can be sometimes a little excessive. Some students are transferring. I myself am a transfer student, and when you approach 60 units and you're looking to transfer and you have the next semester to come to and you really would like this position, it kind of hinders you. Some universities only allow transfers, like junior level transfers. So if you're over those 60 units, you're not able to even apply to other universities, which could be really unfortunate. And I just think it would be really beneficial to any student who wants to serve to not kind of be required to take a full course load, especially if they're just about to transfer. But that's just my recommendation. I'd like to discuss that in the future. Other than that, we did have our student appreciation meal and our holiday meal at Cody reported on earlier. And looking forward to next semester, the Students for Social Justice are planning a Black History Month event all throughout February, so stay tuned for updates on that. And, I would also like to thank all the board members. It's been a really great experience for me, and I just hope that in the future I can train the next student trustee to be as informed and as involved as I hope to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Board Member Breslin.
Trustee Gutierrez, I want to thank you. You did an excellent job this year. Joe, I enjoyed being on the board with you. I enjoyed meeting all the football players and having that little get-together this afternoon. And it's nice to know that our team's doing well. Congratulations to President Carmen and to Ernie and to Dennis. He's been around a long time. He's a little it's all right. It's the way it goes. But congratulations to all of you. I'm looking forward to hearing the chorus concert this Friday night at 7:30. I've always heard it's very good, and I haven't had a chance to hear it yet. Was it Captain Williams, the police department? I was just wondering if they have the same type of crime mapping.com services for places like Chowchilla and Dos Palace and different ones. You can see it on this same one, or okay. Jim, hope we see you around. Merry Christmas to all.
Well, from the one who's been around a long time, something happened during our meeting that always pleases me very highly after 19 years on school boards. I always find it very satisfying when we are able to promote within. I've always believed we need to grow our own. And my congratulations to a young lady sitting there in the back and a young gentleman. Well, he's a little older. He told me last night what how old he was. But both of you have my congratulations. But I think that's a very important thing to always remember. When you become part of a staff and new position or old positions are opened as people retire, it's really very encouraging to know that there are people in the ranks who can step in. And so I just thought I should mention that as an old board member. Also, Jim, you'll enjoy retirement, but we do expect to see you at the January meeting.
I'll be here in spirit.
No, you have a retirement coming that is well deserved. You have served with honor and distinction, and we appreciate it very, very much. And one other thing, I get excited when things like the football team being honored. I only have one complaint, and that came by way, I believe, Trustee Ramirez, when she arrived, all the hot dogs had been eaten. So if any of you have a spare hot dog or two, be sure and remember our new president. And congratulations to you and to our youngster here, to my right. I'm old enough to kind of balance this out with these two children. And I wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a great New Year's. And look forward to the coming semester. I know it's going to be exciting and we're going to make progress. And Joe, you've been a wonderful president, and I congratulate you. Thank you very much, President.
Thank you. Member Joe?
I'd also like to congratulate Trustee Gutierrez for a great year. Good job of moving us forward and driving being at the wheel. I'd also like to bid farewell to Dean Anderson. He made my experience here at Merced College at the beginning of the year very favorable with the wonderful tour he gave me of our campus farm. So thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck in your retirement. And I'd also like to congratulate Dr. DiCarlo on her new position. Tony Fertile and Brian Tassi, congratulations, and I wish you guys the best of luck. I was fortunate enough to also attend the pinning ceremony for our radiology program here on campus, and it was a special event because it was a small group, but a very intimate group who obviously got to know each other very well. And one of the graduates of that class was Trustee Gutierrez's niece, so I got to enjoy that special moment with his family. And I want to let you all know, thank all of you out there who have made it easier for me to finish up my first year here as one of your trustees. And I'm always open to suggestions, ideas, so please feel free to reach out to me. And I'm very excited about 2018 as your Vice President of the Board, and I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. So I will say that I am thankful to also have completed my first year here as Merced College Board Trustee. So I thank you for your support. I'd like to thank certainly Mr. Gutierrez for his leadership and his trust so far. And certainly with Ms. Lashbrook also. Appreciate the nomination and the trust. And I'll always strive to do the best that I can for the college. I also was happy to see the football team here. I went to the football game. It was called the Living Breath Bowl. And it was a really exciting game. I mean, we were so close to winning, but if you're ever going to lose, that's the way to go. I mean, we had scored a touchdown. The pressure was on them. They had to not only score the touchdown, but get a 2-point conversion. And we thought we had them, and at the last second, in the corner of the end zone, they caught the ball. So they were going for it. And it was a hard way to lose, but man, we really gave them a scare because we were behind for the whole game and came back as an exciting game and such great people. That are certainly the coaches, but just the players and the fans and the amount of people that traveled. So that was a great experience. I have Jim Anderson on my notes here, and I don't really know where to start. I feel like you've been sort of rock star status for Merced College. You know, you're known throughout the state. You have a great attitude. You're really friendly. You're knowledgeable. I mean, I think that's the kind of person that is a great ambassador for us. So on the one hand, I'm, you know, saddened that you're leaving. On the other hand, I can only imagine what kind of great, fun things are ahead of you. So congratulations. I hope that they're all fun. And you're always certainly welcome to come back. Congratulate our new hires, and look forward to working with them as this goes forward. Thank whoever brought me all the goodies up here. You know, and so some of this was Cindy Lashbrook. I think I was supposed to share, but it's still here. But I'd like to thank that. I'd like to just tell you just how grateful I am, and I hope that comes through when I'm up here. But I am excited. I try to be sincere with that, but I really am grateful. So thank you for your trust. I hope that my hands prove worthy of the charge. And with that, I will end it and wish you all a Merry Christmas and a great 2018. And now I will ask for Superintendent President's comments.
Thank you. I have a lot of wonderful things to share with you all and report, but I would like, as a part of my report, to defer to VP Allison to talk about someone who's meant a lot to this district that we lost recently, and I'll let him share.
Yeah, I just wanted to share with everyone, I think many of you probably already know, but we just recently lost a member, permanent member of the Merced College family, Marvin Smith. He had been with us for 33 years as our Director of Business Services, and after he retired, he did come back and helped us out in running the maintenance and facilities department for us. And he recently lost a battle with cancer, and just wanted to, you know, he was Merced College through and through. I mean, he genuinely loved this place. I mean, everything about it. And he taught me so much. I wouldn't be sitting here in this chair if it wasn't for Marvin. And I was able to go see him a few days before he passed, and you know, obviously it was difficult to see, you know, see what the cancer had done to him at that stage. But he had a choice about a month ago, actually 2 months ago, had a choice to either stop chemotherapy and know that, you know, he wouldn't live very long, or continue taking it and hope that something would work out, or that it would extend his life for some period. And I asked him, you know, what do you intend to do? And he said, oh, I'll be here. I love my family too much, friends too much, and I want to be here as long as I can. And again, just wanted to share that with you, and hope that we all keep him in our thoughts and prayers, as well as his family. And also want to point out his ex-wife, Nancy, and her husband, Ray, who, you know, there's no other way to say it, that they were angels in his life. They took care of him up until the very end. And, you know, I shared with many people, I don't think there's many of us that would serve in that capacity in a similar situation. And so, you know, hats off to her as well as her husband for doing what they did and taking care of Marvin for as long as they did. And I know it took a toll on them as well, but just keep Marvin in your thoughts. He was a true Merced College family member. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. He certainly is a legend around here. He was accused often of hiding money. I know for a fact he stole money out of my accounts when I was a manager. But a wonderful, wonderful guy, and always loved to laugh. Just you said it best. He loved Merced College and devoted his entire career to this place. So, President Ramirez, I'd like to recommend, in honor of Marvin, we take a moment of silence.
Appropriate.
Thank you. I would also like to echo the comments of the board. It's been a pleasure working with the outgoing officers. It's been an honor to work with Trustee Gutierrez this past year. He's done a fantastic job in that role, and being a new president, I couldn't have asked for a better president to start off with. So thank you for all the extra time you spent with me and helping me work through this first year. I look forward to working with the new officers and the board, and I know that 2018 will be just as good, if not better, than 2017. So I look forward to working with the three of you. I know we've said it many times, but I'd be remiss if I didn't also say, Jim, thank you for your service to this district, all you've done. One of the best CT deans, if not the best CT dean in the state, and a model program for other administrators throughout the state. So thank you for your dedication. And I have no doubt that you will not be at the January meeting. Welcome to others who are present. You've heard from all the others, but we didn't recognize Andre Uquedes, who is here today. He's the new Director of Business and Fiscal Services, and he's in the back. And so we're proud to have all of you on the team. We also have some faculty we hired tonight. Very excited about some of the faculty who are coming on board. Araceli's coming on board as a career counselor, and we have Lauren coming on board in the registered nursing program. So it's good to build such a good and dynamic team, and look forward to working with all of you. Enrollments continue to be top of mind for the district. As you all know, we were approximately 100 shy in the fall term. Right now we're tracking about 200 FTS down for the spring term. Now, of course, we hope to close that gap as much as possible between now and the start of the spring semester, but it is certainly something that we're focused on and pay attention to daily, and are often strategizing on what we can do to close that gap. The Educational Master Plan continues to progress nicely, and sometime in the spring we'll be bringing a draft plan to you all for review, and then a plan for approval by April of next year. I would bring attention to the calendar of events that Trustee Upton asked we bring back, and it's back now, and it's been at your dais the last two board meetings. I would bring attention to a couple things. One, as a reminder, during the winter break, there are no classes from December 18th to the 22nd or January 2nd to the 12th, but the college will be open to the public during those times. But the college is completely closed December 26th through January 1st. And so I wanted to make sure you were fully aware of that, as it is each year. And then Trustee Upton had also, in the last 2 weeks, asked me about the date for graduation. I thought, well, I should probably put this on your calendar as well. So that is May 25th. So please make sure those are on your calendar. And if you have any questions about the other events, please let me know. We have a holiday party this Thursday here on campus in the cafeteria at 2 o'clock, and invite all of you to come and be a part of that. It's always a fun time of the year. And this year, we are taking the proceeds of our raffles, and they will go to support student government's food pantry. And we're very excited to do that, but to also start an emergency fund for students through the foundation. So we'll put a modest amount towards an emergency foundation fund for students who have unexpected expenses during the semester, and that we may be able to help them out. You know, it could be a $50 gas card, it could be some type of natural disaster they're dealing with, and so we're going to at least establish that account, and then hopefully build that account over time. But all the proceeds will be going to our own students, which I'm pleased about that. And on that note, I'd like to publicly thank Stacy Hicks. She plans the holiday party each year. She gets all the gifts. She does so much work behind the scenes. She planned the tailgate party out front today, and she keeps me afloat. And so thank you for all your hard work behind the scenes. We certainly appreciate you. And I wish everyone a very happy holiday and a happy new year. And I think this has been, this has been a wonderful year for Merced College. We've done some great things. It's been a team effort across the board, and we've accomplished a lot of things as a board. And as a district team in 2018, we'll be better and we'll continue to strive for improvement. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we are now at agenda item 14, hearing of the public. Is there anyone here who wishes to address the board on any item that is within our purview? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item 15, future discussion items. Future discussion items for board meetings. I'll start on this side of the room. Are there any future discussion items by any of the members on this side? Okay, move to the other side. Trustee Lashford, you look like you...
I'm just, well, I still get a little confused. You know, we're supposed to keep being trained and going to conferences and stuff, and I would like a little bit more formalized time to discuss what the schedule of conferences is and the people that are interested, so we can kind of get our heads together.
That's a good suggestion.
And if we get them a little farther in advance, it's easier to plan. I know, knowing the graduation date, we blocked our vacation around it, so we
Thank you for that. Anything else, Trustee Lashford? No? Okay, Joe Lieutenant, please.
Yes, I have something. I'd like to pass one of these flyers down. We have in the Los Angeles community a member of the community has been very involved with many aspects of the community, and he was a World War II submarine veteran and was in the Korean War, and he was a teacher at the school district. He was a principal, he was on the school board, I mean, you name it. And when he was teaching way back when, he was one of the catalysts to start the college over in Los Angeles. And he's 91 years old, and he was bored, so he wrote a book. And he's, you know, a lot of people don't know, but Merced College in the West Side wasn't with Merced College. It started with Modesto Junior College, and he brought Modesto Junior College out there to get it started, and then somehow we connected with Merced. So I'd like for us to somehow acknowledge him, somehow do some kind of recognition for him, and maybe at the April meeting when we're over there. But, you know, kick the idea around, see what we can do.
Good, thank you very much. Anything else on this side? Okay. I think with me, the only thing I'll ask President Vitelli is I'd like to get an update on the campus safety emergency response issue. I know we've talked about it, and I know that it's not just sitting there, but I'd like an update on what the status is. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 items that have been considered for future items. Is there at least 3 members of the board who would support? I guess I'll ask it this way: is there anyone on the board who would not support these items coming before us at a future meeting? Okay, seeing none, we will meet our policy requirement. Okay, item 16, there is no need for a second closed session, so move to number 17, adjournment. So the meeting is adjourned.
For me.